motion on the spirit realm. That doesn't exist. That's some shit. One man, one woman, one vote is social and based on the white man.
One last thing. She still will have to be using her hand, though, right?
No.
She won't?
No. Did you get to the point? One sister can see the walls of her vagina going up and down. And she be juicing. She say, this nigga be putting pipe just like a nigga in the hood. Right. She ain't got to do nothing. She don't have to. This nigga be throwing down. You see, yeah. What's that, bro?
I seen a movie called The Entity a long time ago.
Sure did. Even in the movie Spirit Lost with Leon.
Yeah.
They was screwing him. Yeah. Right. This is what's going on. Meanwhile, this is a form of the calculation where you are interacting with the spirit world. Also. Yeah, what's that?
So, when the female, the spirit is doing the male, it's still trying not to ejaculate on.
With the male, you want to do the same thing with the entities coming down. It's a lot of times it's in the sleep, so if you catch a nut in the sleep, ain't nothing you can too much do about it. You know what I'm saying? Usually, my experience when I had it, the energy shot up my kundalini ass. It shot up the other way.
Right.
And that was unbelievable.
Yeah.
So it ejaculated. And it shot up the other way. See, this is the difference. See, orgasm is different than ejaculation. A man usually ejaculates. Very few men have orgasm. See what I'm saying? Have orgasm. How I learned how to have an orgasm was watching the woman. This sister, she was an orgasm champion. She could knock out about 8 in the first couple of minutes. So after about a year of watching her ass while she's going through this shit, and I'm on her, I start doing what she started doing. I start breathing real hard like her. So while she was doing, I'm looking at her, so she started breathing hard. I start breathing hard, and I start having orgasm. And it ain't ejaculation. You see what I'm saying? Because I was screwing, because I was screwing, I had gotten the master, the not coming thing down. You know, I would start rocking at 11 and screw till 5 in the morning. And screw for 3 days and no bust, no nuts. But I said, God damn, I'm going to get this ejaculation shit, this orgasm thing. And I start breathing like she was breathing. She was like, I go, and the shit started acting. What's that, sister?
Well, if you want to try to dance, what kind of music would you suggest?
Guess what? You all think it's about getting some more You don't understand the music that you created in the 20th century. Guess where that shit came from? It came from the spirit world. The muse is the spirit. Some of the best music is good old funk. Or whatever moves you more. See, it's universal. Black people will hear something and they'll move, or they will hear some shit and they don't move. So the key is not to go get some shit that you think is spiritual and you ain't moving to it and dance to it. It's to get some shit that's going to get a reaction. You know what I'm saying? So I can get down with all kind of stuff.
Everybody don't like to sing music.
So it depends on what makes you move. You know what I'm saying? What makes you move? You see? So whatever that is, all that shit is sacred. All of that is sacred. So it's not just one type of music. You see what I'm saying? All music is sacred. It comes from the music. Give me some questions. Oh, okay. What's that?
What about that crap of David Icke?
David Icke, his stuff on the Illuminati and his stuff on conspiracy is on the money. When he starts talking about that reptilian and all that shit, telling you you're supposed to be scared of aliens, that's bullshit. These white motherfuckers didn't come from no other planet. If they came from another planet, they wouldn't be so intrigued
about what's up.
And on this particular planet. You see, ain't nobody there you're going to say you're an advanced being, and you love this planet so much take part in it. These motherfuckers didn't come from shit, but they was made by us. So now they want to tell you, and he's a government agent is what he is. And why you think his books are selling in all the bookstores? They want to tell you that you're supposed to be scared of the aliens, but what they know is with the Illuminati here is that the aliens that's coming is us. Now don't get me wrong. What's that, sister? I want the sister right here with your hand on it. What you get?
Oh, I've got so many questions.
Well, just go ahead and just tell me something. Go ahead.
Right now, I just want to know, what does that image mean up on the screen?
Okay, well, it's a multiple thing. It's a lion. It's the snake represents the kundalini. The wings also represents the healing of the wings. The wings, it also represents a form of illumination. It's got the black dot on the top of the head, which represents the pineal gland. It's got a spear. But this, anytime you see the head of the spearhead, that also represents the pineal gland. That also represents the pineal gland. Several things. Several aspects of things and stuff like this and all. I think I'll go through some of this tomorrow and stuff, because I didn't put it out and stuff. You know, I'll go through some of these tomorrow and stuff also. Here's one here coming from England called Black Kundalini. This is how the spirit looks. That ain't no white man.
Real, huh?
And a lot of you see these things in the corner of your eyes.
Yes, you do. Yes,
You know what I'm saying? You see shit like that. You see, in the corner of your eyes.
When you were talking about the Kundalini, there's a spot between the vagina and the anus.
Right. Right.
Put the Kundalini
Yeah.
in there.
Yeah.
Too much in it.
Yeah. Huh?
You know, when you deal with some kind of, when you're talking about sexuality,
Yeah.
you also got to deal with where we are in St. Louis right now, AIDS and epidemic.
Yeah.
What's the hope?
AIDS
Well,
don't mean nothing but an AIDS.
But let me tell you something here.
What's the motherfucking hope?
Okay. First of all, this is what's happened. Number one, we're talking about in the conscious community.
Right.
That's the first thing. We are hooked up in a certain frequency now. Now, I'm not talking about going out to the dead people. I'm talking about the conscious community. There is a priesthood, and there are some people that are immune for that, because that's why we came back to do the work, and we have all protection. So we're talking about a conscious community. You see what I'm saying? And the other thing here is nobody's catching AIDS through no sex. Them niggas is going to the doctors and they're giving them AZT and they're giving them medicine and they're doing that. Let me give you this little secret here on how this thing happens.
What about the other venereal disease?
Look, well, you know, whatever, I mean, other than some purpose is some AIDS shit. Slap a little gasoline and a little bit of kerosene or some penicillin for the other shit, but that shit ain't around no more. All that shit is to make you scared. The key here is, we're talking about the conscious community, but the key here is this here. They don't have AIDS in this country no more. See, what happened was, see, this is what's confusing. Yes, they have an AIDS virus and all that shit, and the AIDS with the homosexuals and all of that type of stuff. That's to get it started. Okay. But because it was a man-made disease, they have the way to come in and stop it. Right. See, if they were to have a real sexually transmitted disease in a place like America, everybody would be dead. So what they did was they introduced this thing, but what they did here is this. They came in, and they stopped it, and because you think there's AIDS, because they tell you that, what they do here is, and this is the key, now listen to me good, it's very good that you say this. What they do here is when you go to the doctor, and you take the AIDS test, that's where they're going to get you. Now try to understand this. Because this way they get ready to fuck you up. You're going to get a call pretty soon from the government. It's a scare tactic. They're going to tell you that somebody that you've been screwing around with has tested positive for AIDS. You know what I'm saying? Or somebody you know is tested positive for AIDS. And they're going to give you all this shit, because some of you ain't screwing, but you might know somebody. So they're going to say, because you've had in contact with this person. The whole key is they say, now we cannot make you take mandatory AIDS tests. But this is the great trick on y'all, by being for fear. When you go and take that AIDS test, and they know you're conscious, you're going to automatically come back HIV positive. And it has nothing to do with AIDS. They select you in a lottery to kill you, and for all conscious people. See, once you get the call, and they tell you that you need to go down, they say, we can't make you take the AIDS test, but you need to go get tested. That's to scare you. But once you take that test, they're going to say HIV positive. Now, try to understand me and understand me good. Whenever you take that test and you become HIV positive, then, by law, they can administer the drugs. And if you refuse the drugs, you'll be known as a terrorist.
Yeah.
So the key is, don't take the drugs. Now, when you take the drugs automatically kill you. So knowing nobody dying from no AIDS, they have been due to go to the hospital. They told them they had AIDS, and they had administered the death blow. You see what I'm saying? You see? Ain't nobody got no damn AIDS. Magic Johnson show you that damn bullshit is a lie. His ass fat as hell. Motherfucker got so big head, looks like he swallowed a goddamn basketball. Ain't no AIDS.
Bobby, I'll probably cycle on that one. I used to do some HIV/AIDS work, and I met this guy who comes to the support groups, and he said that they killed my brother with AZT and cocktails.
That's right.
And he said what happened was he got diagnosed with AIDS, like in 82, and he refused to take the medicine, to get involved with taking the cocktail.
Right.
And he's living today. Now his brother, who worked in corporate America,
and got diagnosed.
When he got diagnosed, he started taking the cocktail.
The medicine.
And bam.
And they killed him. And everybody I know died from AIDS. They died from AIDS based on AIDS treatment.
Right.
Now I know one other guy named Scott, who was one of the people in the support group. And in the beginning of this, he couldn't afford medical treatment. Once people helped him to get the medical treatment for the diagnosis, that's when he got sick and died.
Right, he couldn't afford that.
Right.
It's a game. Now in Africa, they just killing them all. They got 75,000 Africans dying a month with AIDS. They're killing them and calling it AIDS, but guess what?
Right.
Ain't no people. Now look at this. This will let you know it's a hoax. Why? Africa is a continent. There are no Arab countries dying with AIDS. And when you go to those Arab countries, you find out that they tell you 85% of the people in those Arab countries are blue-black people. Right. Not only that, the black people in those Arab countries are not dying with AIDS. Now you go to South Africa, all the people in South Africa that's dying with AIDS is in the shanty towns is black, but you ain't figured it out yet. South Africa ain't no white people dying with AIDS. So if there was an actual AIDS, it would be killing white folks. They are literally killing these people and calling it AIDS, and it is through the treatment. What's that?
To me, AIDS only means advanced individuals with dark skin.
Well, it means that. It also means, it tells you that most people tell you with AIDS that they told you in the beginning, nobody actually dies from AIDS. Right. They died from the fucking immune system deteriorating. Right. But that can mean any damn thing. My mama said it was called Legionnaire's disease when she was in the 50s. And it was going through the same shit with Legionnaire's disease. And that's what AIDS is. They had the shit in the 50s. It was called Legionnaire's disease.
Honorable Elijah Muhammad made a tape about that in the 60s, about them creating this new disease.
Sure did. He also made a tape about AIDS. Now, he made one also in the 50s, 1954, in a document about how they were going to create the AIDS and everything in the community, and how they was going to put this white woman in the community to do some stuff like that.
Every time you turn around, one of them comes.
You see what I'm saying? And all this kind of thing here. Which I know for a fact. See, they want to get the black man with the white woman is because when you fuck them, see, there's different astral lives. And when you fuck them, you go on another plane. Now, I'm going to tell you what happened. Now, I ain't telling you no shit. I'm telling you some shit that happened in my fucking family. My goddamn daddy died just like Osiris. That nigga was killed. He was married to my mama. They got in an argument. She said, fuck that, I'm going back to South Carolina and start teaching school. See, I'm middle class motherfuckers. You see what I'm saying? My family, all the motherfuckers educated and stuff. She went back and started teaching school. So, you know, that's one reason why I don't give a fuck about money, because I always had. You know, motherfuckers, you know, somebody else came from poverty. So I got to have. I always had. So now I don't give a fuck about money. I'm like them rich kids. You know what I'm saying? I always had shit. You know what I'm saying? So I really don't give a fuck about that now because I've always had. So I don't, you know, but she went back to South Carolina and started teaching school, and then he started fucking around. So in the late 70s, in the early 70s, late 60s, he started fucking around with this white girl. And the white girl and his best friend, this black guy, had his ass killed and threw him in the river, just like Osiris. Now let me tell you what happened. That was in 1970. Him and Jimi Hendrix died not that far from each other. Now check this shit out. In 1994, that was that. 24 years later, my brother go down to the Sea Islands in South Carolina, get a reading. Somebody, the males in our family, some shit that's fucking up. We get a reading. Come to find out, this nigga here needed our help, because when they killed him, that white woman, when he was fucking, he tapped into her astro level, and he went on them low-ass planes where white folks go when they died, and he was trapped down there for 24 years, and we had to build altars and get that goddamn nigga ass out and send him back to the other realm. That's what happened, fucking around with that damn bitch. I know a brother used to astro travel, and one day he ended up on a realm with a number of white people. He said, and a big black figure came through the realm where the white people was and snatched him into a realm with black people. They're on the lowest planes of your subplanes. They're on the animal planes. They're animal people. They talk about it in the ancient texts. And when you fuck with them, you can get on those particular planes if you fuck around and die. And that's why they say they'll give you his woman. You see, and now they're campaigning with the sisters to get them, and even Ebony and Jack is in on the shit when they announced about them sisters in that Jubo in Chicago, where they open up the registrar to get all these sisters signed to go with white people, and they said that now they up to 47,000, and they turn away sisters. You see what I'm saying? But I gotta give it to the sister now. I gotta give it up. The sister stuck by us a long time in this shit, because we've been fucking with the white girl a long time before. And she does prefer the black man. You know what I'm saying? She does prefer the black man. Now, like I said, it's not like you don't come without your problem. This is another problem. So we know that the black man is fucked up, but I got one on you that you don't understand this, and this is spiritual. And it's a never occurring thing that you got to break the cycle. When sisters are younger, they don't like nice men. You only start liking nice men when you get in your mid-40s and your 50s. And sometimes that's too late because niggas' wee-wees don't work. They dead. They in jail.
He had
So you like niggas. You don't like nice men. A lot of young sisters. My mama told me that. She said, look, nigga, don't fuck around and go to that college, be nice. You shit. Don't fuck around and be nice. You fuck around and be nice and shit, you shit. You gonna have some Jackson 5 lies going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Jackson lies. Now, it is imperative for you older sisters to get on a campaign to get younger men. And get out of that old bullshit that I'm old. That's an old church bullshit they're giving you. I'm old. That's when the pussy get the best. When you hit 50. I know. When you get old, I know. I went through a year of that shit of marinated booty. 50, 54, 57. And I had to come with my best black shit for one of the motherfuckers 54. She was a pro, but she never stopped fucking. motherfucker, I had to come with my best black shit. But I rose to the occasion. You see. This is spiritual shit. Because it's called the 50 gates of understanding. So in the Kabbalah, when you get on the 50th gate, that's when the energy flows. Why do you think they show the witches in the movies? They always older women. Because of mother lady grown. There's a book I call The Goddess in the Older Women. It's called The Goddess in the Older Women. Something about women over 50. You see what I'm saying? So that's some mythology that I'm too old now. You know what I'm saying? I'm too fucking old now. You got to get out of that. And that's what the government don't want you to do. They don't want you to tap your well because you got some TNT shit that's been festering since 1950. They don't want you to tap into your shit. But the problem is that you don't let somebody fool you. You want to get a tambourine and run to the goddamn church. That's what you need to do for somebody. You know. So y'all got to get ready to get out of all that righteous bullshit. That's some shit that some man in the Old Testament wrote for you because they don't think highly of women. Hey, Sarah, hey, and all these other motherfuckers hanging around and shit, here breaking bread and shit, and not getting off that booty. See what I'm saying? You got to change your mind frame. You got to change your shit. You got to get goddamn freaky.
That's right, bro.
And get out of all that. I'm old now. But I know motherfucker 72 years old. And still be getting the rocks off. You see? So get some of these younger brothers and shit. You see what I'm saying? You see, because it's going to take some younger brothers. You see what I'm saying? You need to get to go past 15 minutes. You know what I'm saying? See, you don't even get to the goddamn door number 3. You know what I'm saying? Fuck around door number 1. Door number 1 ain't got nothing to bullshit. It ain't got the church change. You want to get to door number 3. That's the shit that got them real deal rides up in there. That Lexus and BMW. See, so that's what's going down and shit like that. But why? Because the energy changes after the childbearing ages. So now it's pure energy. And stuff like that. And it changes and stuff. But you fucking out there, you done got old. You done let some old motherfucker come in and tell you old. You don't understand. In ancient Kemet, you didn't even become an adult till 30. You didn't even get out of school till 40. So motherfucker, you 50, you're a young adult. You know what I'm saying? So it's bullshit. So you got to get off that type of thing in. That's what's coming. See, the coming of God is reversing all taboos.
That's right.
You know, reversing all damn taboos.
Scared.
You see what I'm saying? You know, just go in the house and pick up a kid toy and just throw it up against the damn window. Just do some shit that's just spontaneous. You know? Just do some crazy shit. And break up the monotony. Let's go on. All right. Let's deal with this. Okay. All right. This is what we're going to be dealing with the next couple of days because it's going to happen. And this is what's going down. This is what's going down. I want to give you this here and put it right in your face so it won't be no mistake. It won't be no mistake. Put this thing right in your face so you can see this thing here. This particular guy here, this book is Jean Duress's book. The Secret, Jean Duress's book, The Secret Books of the Egyptian Gnostics. Of the Egyptian Gnostic. He was a papyrologist. He copied me in all kind of shit. Papyrologist. You still talking about becoming a dental assistant and all kind of shit. The secret books of the Egyptian Gnostics. Of the Egyptian Gnostics. Now let me find this piece. Okay. Now I want to read this to you. This is what came. They dug these things up in 1945. One is called the Nag Hammadi Library. That needs to be studied diligently. See, this is what happened. There's two Jesuses. There was a Coptic Jesus. Yeah, there's a Coptic Jesus. That's right, too. Thank you. Any of that shit they help. You know, that shit. There was a Coptic Jesus that came out of Egypt that was stolen and plagiarized from Egypt by the Roman government. Right. And then when they try to front and say that this Jesus walked the earth 2,000 years ago, the Coptics say that's some bullshit. That's the entity that we got that's coming at the end of the world. And that's our entity to come out of Egypt. And so they started killing the Gnostics off. And they killed them off, and they became what is called the Catholics and moved into France, and that's where you get the Merovingians from in the Matrix movie. The Merovingians and stuff, you see, in the what you call it. So, the Coptic, so they had two Jesuses. This is the Jesus of Egypt, which is a form of Horus, a later form of Horus, but nevertheless, there was never no historical man that walked the earth. So even with anybody coming to you telling you that there's a historical black Jesus, that shit is off. That's right. Ain't no motherfucker walk the earth. Because that particular entity was always celebrated by all cultures. And you name what culture, I can tell you what Christ was in that culture. Every single culture had a Christ.
They meant the same thing.
But it ultimately meant your soul, Christos.
That's right.
You supposed to, when you see Jesus going through all of that in the Bible, that's supposed to be you. Because even that was taken from ancient scripts and scriptures. You see what I'm saying? So let me go into a couple of things before I get into the manipulating thing, so you can deal with the esoteric thing, because I said I would do that. Y'all ready? Let's go into some esoteric Bible. So you can understand these scriptures and understand how. So Reverend Pigfoot can't run this bullshit on you no more.
Got my pig farm.
Can't run this shit no more. You know. Okay. Let's go into some of this thing right now so we'll know this particular thing here. So we'll go into some of these biblical aspects. Y'all all right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's deal with this. All right. Okay. Christ fights with Satan. This is the same concept here. Because that's a concept of Christ mastering Satan. This is the same concept. Let me get this right quick so that you know. Christ might master and say, y'all all right? Yeah. Let me get this. Okay, let me get that. The baby Jesus. You know, the baby Jesus. Number one, while I'm learning this, the mysteries of love, and if you don't get this, you'll never get it. The mysteries of love is why you have a lot of problems is the mysteries of love is the love is on the inside of you. See, the initial spark that you get in the person you fall in love with, once you fall in love with that particular person, that person no longer is the source of that love. He's just opened up the gateway, and the love is on the inside of you. That's why you be fooled while you can curse him out, and that night go lay down and still be in love with him. But you didn't realize the love was inside of you. And stuff like that. Love is a Damien. The word Damien, see, when you get the word demon, these are degradated forms of something that was meant something else in the ancient world. Damien is your higher self. or the jinn, or the jinn. All of these are things that's inside of you. And they're also a part of the melanin and a part of the heart chakra and all this. So love is an aspect or this particular entity that's on the inside of you. And once that talent is opened, you can curse that person out until you realize and go home and you be running behind the person tomorrow until you realize that the love is on the inside of you. Now, once you open up that stuff and get that love on the inside of you, you can use that love and you can give that love to who you want to give that love to. And you can love many people. Once you master the shit.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You can love many people. You see, once you master it on that particular aspect. As a matter of fact, once you get that particular energy inside you, people can fall in love with you and don't even know your ass. Be in love with your ass. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I had motherfuckers later. I ain't never met them before. Was in love with me just watching the goddamn videotapes.
Me?
See what I'm saying? You know, so now, Jesus mastering Satan. Jesus mastering Satan. This is best. This is the baby Jesus, which is the heart chakra, Eros. You ever see Jesus with that heart?
Yeah.
Eros, the baby Jesus. The baby Jesus is called Harpocrax. It's called Jesus in, what you call it? It ain't got shit to do with no motherfucker born in no manger. It's called baby Jesus in Christianity. It's called Harpocrax in Egypt. It's called Eros in Greece. And it's called Cupid in Rome. So Cupid, which is Eros, desire, and all this type of stuff, is the hardest, and that's the heart chakra. It's the heart chakra. That's Harpocrax. That's the God's best, which is Satan, or the Damien, that is behind him. So in so many words, Jesus mastering Satan is Satan represents the darkness. The dark side. The light is just a shine off of the darkness. They're one and the same.
Yeah.
They're one and the same. And all. Now, Jesus mastering Satan, when you master something, you become it. Satan just represents the primal force which was in the pre-world prior to this particular creation. That's why they call it prime evil. Evil, a lot of times, is scientific. It's not talking about evil in the aspect of wicked and moralism. You know what I'm saying? It's talking about something that is alien from the realm of creation and is in opposition to creation. Well, the new energy, or the energy that is coming to be the energy that we will someday and soon break out of our bounds, is in opposition to creation. So that which is in harmony to creation, you see what I'm saying, is stagnant. It's a part of the matrix. It's an illusion. None of this shit exists. So there is no such thing as evil in so many words. In one of the books, Kabbalistic Universe book, it's called Kabbalistic Universe, they say evil, if God created everything, and God is all good, then evil has to be a form of good too. Then it says in its own time. So this is what it means. We're talking about destruction. If I give you a brand new house, and you just move in it tomorrow, and I come with a big ball and chain and knock it down the next day, that's bad. That's evil. But if I give you the house, and 100 years later, termites has got it, it's about to kill some people, but it's about to fall over, and somebody knock it down, that's good. So we're talking about polarities. So Jesus mastering Satan It just means that he has harnessed the energy from the dark side or from the primal self, which is the jewels. You see what I'm saying? That is the jewel. That's where you get Isaiah 45. Well, why is it that they say in 1st or 2nd Corinthians, I can't think of the one, it says that Elijah anointed Jehu, Jehu, king of all of Israel. You ever heard this? So where is this Jehu? Jehu is a Greek word for Heru. For Heru. So they tell you in the book who the Christ is. It says Elijah anoints Jehu, king of all of Israel. Like I said, in Isaiah 45, it says, I will give you the treasures of darkness. In Revelations, they say the ones that are supposed to rise up are the ones that were cast down before the foundation of the earth. That's the Titans. That's us. We just went through that stuff, how we failed. Yeah. So, the ones that are supposed to rise up, now in the Christian mythology, who was cast down before the foundation of the earth? Satan and his followers, right? Well, why is it in Revelations they say the one that's going to rise up is the one that was cast down before the foundation of the earth? That's the same as it says in Genesis, they say Lucifer fell like the morning star, but when you get to Revelation, Jesus said, I am the morning star. They one and the same. Because at the conference of Nicaea,
that's right,
they had to take out the word Lucifer out of the Bible and reduce it to 1 or 2 times in the whole Bible, because you would have got to thinking Lucifer and Jesus were one and the same. Lucifer is the light bringer, the pineal gland. Jesus is the pineal gland. You get the word Heru, which means light. You get the word Jehu, because there is no J in the Hebrew language. There's Heru, which means light. So Heru or Jehu is the same. Salam means peace, but salam also means house or hut. Mausoleum. Salam. Jerusalem, Jerusalem, it means the pineal gland, the house of Heru.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? The light bringer.
Lucifer.
You see, Lucifer, the light bringer. You see what I'm saying? You got 3 wise women in the Bible. They call them 3 wise virgins. You ever heard this? It's in Matthew or something. 3 wise virgins. They say the 3 wise virgins have oil for their lamps. Now what is oil? Oil is carbon, liquid carbon, and carbon is what? 6 protons, 6 electrons, 6 neutrons. Carbon is melanin. So they say that the 3 wise virgins, I think in Matthew, had oil for their lamp. Then they had 3 foolish virgins who did not have oil for their lamp. That's talking about white women. And they said, can you give us the oil, some of the oil? They said, we give you the oil. We won't have none for our lamp in this story. Right. So the 3 foolish virgins goes off in search of oil, and when they go off, a doorway opens or something, and the 3 wise virgins are seeing. And the 3 foolish virgins cannot see because they can't get oil, because the simple fact they are biologically incapable of having oil because they have calcified pineal glands, and they are doggone a hybrid. I don't want to say mutant, because a mutation is something, that's a Mayakian term. Right. You can mutate into something on a higher level. We are all mutating. They are hybrids, which means they are made people. They're grown. You see what I'm saying? That's the temple walls of Seti I. That's right. Even in El Manuk, Ramesses V, that they are created white people.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? So the 3 wise virgins, you see what I'm saying, are those particular ones that are they're talking about the black woman, or they're talking about the ones who got oil. You're wise because you have the melanin. You see what I'm saying? They say there will be books that will be opened in the last days. That's the Akashic record. The word Akashic comes from the word Akasha, which means black substance. It's called sinakosh, black substance. Sit means black, and akash means black, akasha. So a Sanskrit term and a West African term. Because even your girl in her book, she said she got the word from lost cities of Africa. The woman, Anne Rice, who wrote.
Queen of the Dam.
Huh?
Is that Queen of the
Queen of the Dam. Anne Rice, who wrote Queen of the Dam, said she got hers from lost city of Africa. Get the book, Anne Rice's Vampire Encyclopedia.
The Chronicles.
This is called Anne Rice's Vampire Encyclopedia. Anne Rice's Vampire Encyclopedia. And she goes into all that. She drops on all that shit and show you where all that shit is melanin. Because she becomes a vampire because she was bit by a demon called Amel.
That's the Queen
of the Dam. Yeah. But if you get the Anne Rice's Vampire Encyclopedia, they go into all that shit in that book. You can find that at Borders in the Anne Rice section. Or you can go to the desk and ask for Anne Rice's Vampire Encyclopedia. It's a must-have. Because that cracker was dealing with the occult.
Yes, right.
And stuff like that. Because she under the behest of the Illuminati and them and stuff. So they was blocking it. Now what's that, bro?
You think so therefore you think it was the reason that they had Aaliyah playing that role?
They put her on the road so that they could sacrifice her and kill her. She was 22, which is Maya.
Yeah.
And they put her in the role to sacrifice her and kill her.
Yeah, but she was dead in the movie.
And so that they can take the white woman and extend some shit. You see what I'm saying? The white woman and extend some things. And the white woman, Lena Olin is Jewish. You see what I'm saying? Jewish. You see what I'm saying? So that has a lot to do with it. Jesus died on the cross. Now, what do they mean by that? Jesus died on the cross. Well, when we fell into a physical body, that's when we died on the cross. If you take your hands and spread them out like that, the cross just means the physical body. Jesus died on the cross is your soul is down into your gastrointestinal tract, dead, asleep. And that's what it means, dead. Jesus died on the cross. It's down in your gastrointestinal tract, in the shit sack. That's why Jesus was born in a manger. A manger is full of shit. Your soul is born, it is down in the gastrointestinal tract, and that's why a lot of your people are not conscious is for the simple fact they're not radiating from the heart chakra. You have to radiate from the heart chakra to even catch consciousness. So you are talking to them, they're not going to get it because their consciousness is in their sacral vertebrae, their root chakra.
Right.
So they cannot get the consciousness. That's why you have to get the consciousness because you incarnated on a high level to come back to get it. That's why you could have just been yesterday and this shit here, you heard it, you got to get with it. You see what I'm saying? It didn't take no time. Like a fish to water. But you were already incarnated, even though you might have been sleeping, you were already incarnated to do this thing. So, Jesus died on the cross. You died on the cross when the physical vibratory rate slowed down and gave you a physical body. That's why they say bury your own cross. This means bury your physical body. You see what I'm saying? What's that now?
Just like on Matrix, the last one, Revolution, when he lost his sight after the age of blindness, I mean, he lost his sight, he began to see everything in this darkness, jet black, and illuminated light, then things would reflect in a reddish white glow, which represents also the Kundalini third idea.
Yeah.
And then he spread his arms out, you know,
like the Jesus thing.
Now, this
is interesting here because I often wonder. And I noticed a lot of sisters, they turn out all the lights when they want to have sex. I guess because you all want to experience it on another level. But we brothers, we need the light because we need to see some shit, right? We need to see some kids, where you react. We visual creatures.
That's right.
Toes, titties, creatures, hollows and shit.
That's right.
But a sister be like, we don't want to get into jet black a lot of times. So I guess y'all are on a whole nother level to experience something in the spirit realm and stuff like that. Now, how you know? Because I guess a man is just ugly anyway if they're trying to screw somebody. I guess I said that because I'm a man. I think, oh, be ugly. I just can imagine how they'll be up there. Especially he all masculine, thinking that he's about to get a nut and he start acting all crazy. But, you know, well, we like to see some shit, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But anyway, going on. Okay. The Red Sea. Moses taking the part and the Moses taking the staff and parting the Red Sea. The Red Sea is what your blood vessels in the back of, if you strip the skin off your back, you will see these blood vessels going into one spinal column.
Right.
So Moses taking the staff and splitting the Red Sea is the Kundalini rising up the blood vessels on into the pineal gland, and you're going into the promised land. It's all metaphysical. Because there ain't never been no Exodus. There ain't no been no Abraham. All you Hebrew motherfuckers, I hate to tell you, those historical figures never existed. Abraham, you go Abraham and be scrambling and go to India, is Brahma. Look at Brahma and Abraham is the same shit.
Right.
If you look at the word Amin-Ra, there's a guy called Abraham, all that fucking Egyptian, Camite, and East Indian stuff, and existed before that. So there was no children of Abraham. So our children still trying to stick into some bullshit like that. But the Red Sea is your blood vessels. It is your blood vessels. So they ain't got nothing to do with some people opening up. They said the children of Israel wanted to cross. Let me get this right quick, so that you know this. Y'all all right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yes. Okay. The children of Israel wanted to cross into the Red Sea. You need to start studying a little bit on the Kundalini. This is the best Kundalini book you can get. It's called Kundalini Evolutionary Enlightenment by John White. It's the edited book. Kundalini Evolutionary Enlightenment. That's the one you want to buy. That's the one that's got several people in the book. John White. It's edited by John White. Kundalini Evolutionary Enlightenment. You know, you'll see this diagram is also in there.
Okay.
This diagram is in that particular book. You see, most of our people are operating down here on this level. They don't even get to it till they get here, the heart level, and then on into the head and shit. They operate down here. So you can't give them knowledge from up here down here. They got to travel up here. But the Red Sea is parted and you travel up the spinal column and you go on to the pineal gland. Now, the Jews were in bondage in Egypt. That's talking about the root chakra in the anus.
That's right.
In the sacral vertebrae between your scrotums and your booty hole or your vagina and your booty hole is a section back there. You know what I'm saying?
Perineum.
It's called a
Perineum.
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 Yeah. Perineum, whatever. Start with a P.
Oh, they also call that shit your taint. Taint the vagina, taint the asshole. You see what I'm saying? Your taint. It's between vagina and ass, your taint. Anyway.
Okay.
Now, that's where we are in bondage. That's where the soul is. So the Jews are jewels. What are jewels? In alchemy is several things of jewels, stones, alloys, minerals, and all this stuff together. And that's what melanin is made up of in the carbon. And so the jewels are in bondage in the body, are in Egypt, and when they rise up through the Red Sea, they go into Israel, or they go into Isis, Ra, and Elohim. Al, Horus means Al or El. And they go into Jerusalem, and they're free.
That's right.
So the jewels are the melanin particles. And in those particular melanin particles is this invisible seed, which is your soul. That is is the melanin. That's the devil. That's Satan. That's called the shadow.
Right.
That's called the shadow. Is the melanin. But inside of that melanin, those jewels is one little seed. You see what I'm saying? One little seed. And that seed is your soul. And it travels out of bondage on into the pineal gland. You see, this is a Kundalini story. It has not a damn thing to do with no people being in bondage in Egypt when they ain't got no history of slavery. And none of that shit happened. You just see what I'm saying? Moses raising the snake up in the wilderness. Well, this is also called a wilderness, but also the wilderness also is the hills of North America. And Moses, they say you will pick up snake as a testimony of your faith. They're talking about raising the Kundalini. Moses rose the snake in the middle of the wilderness.
That's right.
You know. Now, what drives the snake? What the fuck is Moses? Because that's not even a historical figure. Moses is the god Tahuti. The god Tahuti is also a form of the god Anubis, and that's also talking about melanin in the alchemical phase. Because Tahuti is the lord of wisdom and the lord of the sense over magic and alchemy.
That's right.
So melanin rose the serpent in the wilderness.
That's right.
This is all metaphysical. And they got shit to do with no historical thing. The problem with the Hebrews, the Christians, and later on Muhammad, with that bullshit he was running, because he talking about God gave him the Bible, but they gave the motherfucker the Old Testament. You gonna give me something new, bitch, but don't give me no Adam and Eve story. Cain kills Abel, and ain't nobody on earth, and they kick fucking Cain out of the Garden of Eden, and he goes to another land and finds some other motherfuckers living.
Yeah.
But yet there ain't supposed to be no people on the earth. You hear this dumbass story? Cain kills Abel. They gonna have, first of all, they gonna have 2 niggas and no women to populate the earth. Cain kills Abel, get kicked out of the Garden of Eden. There ain't no more people but Adam and Eve and Cain. And Cain travels to Canaan and meet a group of people, thus establish Canaan.
Right.
And you understand why we idiots? We're listening to damn lunatic stories for years. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And then and so the preacher, oh, well, it's probably that Eve had more children. No, motherfucker. I want to hear that shit. Now, you been going by this Bible word for word. Now, when this shit don't make no sense, you gonna make up some shit. I can't scratch my nuts the wrong way because it ain't in the Bible. Now, all of a sudden, because that shit breaking down, you gonna make up some shit. No, motherfucker say they had 2 sons, 1 gets killed, and 1 immediately goes to Canaan and meets some other goddamn people living on earth. And that's why they say there's over 200 grave mistakes in the Old Testament alone. You know what I'm saying? Then she has another son. The 3rd son is Seth. Still ain't no women popping up. You know what I'm saying? So did Seth fuck? What's her name? Eve? Come on, man. This stupid ass shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, Jacob wrestling with the angel, and at daybreak, he saw the face of God, which was called what? Pineal. Pineal is called the great face of God. In Greece, the word hero is called great face. In Egypt, the word Horus is called great face. The face of God and God is the pineal gland. See what I'm saying? That's why you got to candle out your ears. Ear candle. Because the doorway to the temple is in the ears. You have to candle out your ears. Ear candling. Because this is an illusion. This doesn't exist. This sight only gives you sight into the matrix or Maya. So hearing is sight. That's why they fucking with your music. Music is the most important shit. That's why all your good masters are in Europe. and you listen to a Jay-Z, a fucking idiot. Can't nobody go nowhere with a motherfucking idiot. Fucking Jay-Z can't lead you nowhere. And yeah, 50 Cent. Ain't that a bit?
Shit ain't work for quarter.
And then him and Ja Rule is fighting over each other. Farrakhan gonna mediate that shit. That's the gay shit. I said, man, what you talking about? Nigga, you need to give them niggas a gun and put them in a fucking field and let them shoot the shit out of each other. I'm against any nigga to get $1 million that don't know how to behave. Much motherfucking hell we catch. And you gonna get some goddamn money and act like a motherfucking idiot? You know what I'm saying? They need to get a damn shit and give a Tina motherfucker ass. You know what I'm saying? They need to impale a motherfucker like Shaka Zulu used to do. Put on a sharp stick up their anus. People dying in poverty and all this shit in hell, and you gonna get the audacity to get amass millions of dollars and act like a fucking goddamn idiot? You see what I'm saying? And you accept these motherfuckers? That's some ignorant shit the way you put it. Right. You see what I'm saying? Niggas need to be dead. You see what I'm saying? They wouldn't do that shit if they were representing them goddamn Italians or nobody else. No Arabs. They'd have killed them sorry ass faggots from them. Sure would. The only one let them be. You see what I'm saying? But y'all let them old bullshit niggas run that shit. Farrakhan gonna go and mediate them niggas? That don't even insult my damn intelligence for me to go and mediate two rich motherfuckers. These motherfuckers got tens of millions of dollars and they can't behave themselves. Didn't your mama teach your ass what to do when you left the house to behave yourself? You got a snagger-tooth motherfucker don't know how to behave. And I'm supposed to sit up here and mediate that shit? That puts you on a damn low level. And the whole world seeing that bullshit. Yeah. 50 Cent of a fucking John Rule. See what I'm saying? All them niggas ain't nothing but the white man's nigga. See what I'm saying? The white man's nigga is designed for your children to emulate them damn sick bastards. See what I'm saying? That's what that shit is about. And ain't nothing conscious and ain't nothing spiritual about them fucking niggas. The spiritual shit been gone from that shit years ago. You see what I'm saying? And years ago. And stuff like that. Do you know now? I know for a fact I was doing a lecture in Harlem. And the real ones, the ones that got something on their mind, the guy Nas, he was coming to the lecture. The guy RZA from Wu-Tang was coming to the lecture. And they was coming and to the lecture, and they get all my tapes and look at all my tapes. So they was gonna come up to the lecture, and the guy basically put it on the flyer. And they said, "Damn, why you do that for, man?" They said, "Our agents called us, we can't go." So they can't be caught at nothing conscious. And when they turn in their raps, they have a review board, and anything conscious or anything talking positive, that's right. They say they can't even do it. But you can call a motherfucker bitch and hoes all day long. That's right. They get a review board. Nas was telling all the stories. He said, "Man, why y'all put our name on the flyer?" He said, "My agent called." They even had niggas like the boy Fresh Prince, not Fresh Prince, but the human beatbox song.
Bismarck.
Okay.
No,
Dougie Fresh.
Dougie Fresh was coming to the damn thing. And I'm like, "Damn, Dougie, hell, you ain't get shit since 1985. Dougie said, "I get $5,000 a damn week performing my shit. And that ain't including Europe. I get paid big stuff." So he said, his agent called him. I said, "Your old ass." He said, "My agent called me." He said, "I can't come." So they got these niggas as slaves. Right. And so the guy Nas was getting off of Columbia. Right. And so they said, "Okay, you can drop one conscious song." He did that Lost Tapes album. It's called a Lost Tapes. And on there he talking about we ain't nothing but slaves. We ain't nothing but slaves. So he said they get a review board and they go over all this shit. Now bitches and hoes, that can go in there all day. But anything conscious, anything positive, oh no, that can't go. That's right. You see what I'm saying? There's some slave shit going down. You see what I'm saying? Huh? Yeah. You know, some bull. But your kids are listening to that type of stuff. And it's ego-based. See, anytime you train on people on black males on ego, they don't humble themselves. And so therefore, they never really, well, humility is not for you to humble yourself to God. Humility is to allow your soul to experience something other than your damn ego.
Right.
You neutralize your ego by humbling yourself. You understand where I'm coming from?
That's right.
You see. So these niggas here, to the point where as your children are listening to that shit, they're all arrogant. You know what I'm saying? They're all arrogant and stuff like that. You see. Meanwhile, they're teaching the little white children from 9th grade on up, jazz theory.
That's right.
Them motherfuckers come in college as freshmen, little white girls know about Miles, Coltrane, Thelonious Monk.
Yeah.
They're experts on it.
Yes.
Yeah,
They got a whole intelligence. They teach them from high school jazz theory. And your motherfuckers is up in there talking about Jay-Z.
Right.
and they get rid of all the music programs anyway.
In the what you call it?
And the athletic
Right.
programs and everything.
You see, this is interesting. Going around the law. You all right?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to show you this.